Hey guys, so what we're doing is going to the fight shop to start our new video of the week, see what products we're gonna demonstrate, what's new, what's good, what's not good, and we'll break it all down. And just know that some of the questions that you brought up last week, we're gonna hit this week, and if you have questions for future videos, please let us know and I'll get on that, like not now, but right now. So let's get this whole thing started right now. In today's episode, we're going over your money makers. Now, for most everybody that's watching this, these are going to be your money makers, okay? Your hooks, your paws, your hands, your fists. We're going to go over some different options you have on how to protect them when it comes to boxing or hitting the bag, class work, bag work. Like if it's a big box gym and there's a bunch of bags, or if you're doing pad work, that kind of stuff. So we're going to go over some options you have if you're a beginner, and if you're an advanced athlete, boxer, fighter, you already know what I'm talking about. So we're going to start from the beginner stage and move up a little bit like that, because wrapping your hands, there's so many different ways of wrapping your hands. If you put a video up on YouTube, you'll get a bunch of different ways. So I mean, I've got multiple videos up on how to hand wrap if you're wrapping your own hands or if you're wrapping somebody else's hands. So, but we're going to give you some ideas of what you can do if you don't have somebody to wrap your hands or you're really not versed. Because a lot of times if you go to, say for example, a big box club where they have like 25, 30 bags, your coach doesn't have time to wrap everybody's hands. That would just take way too long. So actually, let's get this started right now. So one of the things you can do, they make gloves, and anything after this video you see and you're not able to find or you have more questions about, just put it in the comments below, and I can get you in touch with somebody, or I can get one of my staff or somebody to send you a pair out, or if you need help, because there's a lot of stuff we have that other people can't get, or it's just we get it quicker than you do, so I'll help you out the best I can. But these gel wraps, so what's going to happen is it's a glove, okay? Now here's the deal, like I said earlier, wrapping your hands is very difficult, okay, when you first start getting there, but everybody started there, so I mean, it can be done for sure, but what this does is makes this really easy. It's a glove, okay, got one thumb on it, and the top of it has a pad on it, all right? So all you're gonna do is slide your hand in, boom, okay, so it's like that, boom, thumbs out. Now what you're gonna do, it gives you enough wrist wrap to where you have support, really good wrist support actually, boom, and then you run it, and it has the Velcro at the end, just like your normal wrist wrap, and you're good. Okay, so what you want to do is your knuckles are protected and your wrist is supported, okay? And then from there, okay, you have your glove, and this is even a Hayabusa, so they have double wrist support, which is one of the best things about Hayabusa. But you slide your hand in there. This glove's a little bit too small for me, but it fits in, see? You got one wrist, two wrists. That glove still fits in very well, okay? And I have multiple, this between the double wrist support of the Hayabusa and the wrist support of the glove, it works really well. Now, I don't suggest this for a pro, somebody who's really got heavy hands, they're gonna do a lot of damage, because even though it has that knuckle support, it doesn't have the best knuckle support, okay? So that's something, if you're a beginner just getting into it, because you don't need to have all the logistics down to wrapping your hand. So that's option number one, and these things they're like 14 bucks, okay? So that's a way to go. They're a little bit more than the wrap, but it's a lot easier. Okay, so that's option one, are the gloves. All right. Now option two is the actual hand wrap. Okay. Now there are a couple different sizes of these, but pretty much everybody watching this video, average size guy is going to be, this is 180 inches, 180. So they have basically like 100 inch or 120, somewhere in there. That's one. Then they have the 180, which is the most common, and then they have the 200 inch. Now I suggest that you do not, and I'm going to repeat this, do not buy your hand wrap from like a sporting goods store, okay? Because one, on these wraps here, they stretch, there's some give to them. The ones at the sporting goods, they don't stretch, so it's not form-fitting around your hand, and they're usually short, they're like 110. And so like I said, anybody watching this video, if you try to use a 110 inch wrap on an average sized guy, it's gonna be way too short. So you're gonna want 180 inch wraps, okay? So what Winning has done is they made these pads. Okay, it's 30 bucks. Now, I don't know if that's a lot or a little to you, but Winning is by far, I don't say by far, but top 2 glove manufacturer in the world, Japanese engineered. But what they've done is they made this pad, and it slides over your knuckle, And then from there, you would just get your wrap and continue wrapping around it. So it gives you that more padding on the knuckle, so you'll be good to go, especially you guys with those really heavy hands. A lot of times when I'm holding pads for guys, I mean, I can't believe how hard you guys are punching these days. So that gives you extra knuckle support, and then it allows you with your 180-inch wrap to put more wrap on the wrist to give you more support on the wrist. Okay, so that's an option there. All right, so now wraps, you're probably gonna look anywhere between like $8 and $20 for wraps. Okay, so on that one, and then they do last for quite a while. It's just the first thing it's going to give out is the Velcro. All right, so with a hand wrap, it's just going to make it more support for your knuckles, more support for your wrist, more support for your hand in general. Okay, then if you want to throw one of these in there, it doesn't hurt. So this is made by Winning. So I'm going to show you another option. Here's what's going to happen too. The Leroy's, it's a Mexican company. It's been around forever. Okay, now these were medical when they first came out, but boxers started taking them over and using them. Now 2 wraps are going to take up 1 hand. That's how it works out. And these things feel like, if you can afford these, because these don't last as long as a typical wrap. Okay, you're going to blow through these things pretty quick. So I mean, if you can afford them, keep using them, but you're going to need 2 per hand, not unless you're a very small person. All right, so you have the Leroy's that you can also take the place of one of these and put one underneath first and put extra padding on your knuckle, and then use your regular wrap. So that's another option. So what I've done is given you a couple different options of what you can do to protect your hand. You have the hand gel mitt. Okay, so that's one option you have. These are 14 bucks. You've got hand wraps, 180 inches if you're like an average sized person. And what are these? 9 bucks. Okay, 9 bucks there. These things will last you a while. Okay, and just, you don't need to wash them after every time. You can wash them. I mean, it depends how much you train, how sweaty you get. But you can wash them like every week or every other week. And I need to make a video on that, on how to wash these. But don't just throw these in the washer, and don't just throw them straight into the dryer, because it's gonna come out spaghetti and you're just gonna end up throwing them away because you can't untie the big mess you just made. So that's an option there too. So underneath your regular wrap, you can use, like, for example, a set of these knuckle pads that Winning makes, or you can use the Leroy's. Okay, now if you're just wrapping your hands by itself, you're going to use 2 wraps per hand. Something you need to know. Okay, so that's just some options you're going to need to know. If you have questions, or specifically, I know a bunch of people are going to hit me up about how do you wrap your hands, so it would be a little bit different. I can show you a way to wrap your own hand. I can show you a different way to wrap somebody else's hand. So there's different ways, and there's a bunch of different kind of ways, exact from, say, guys in New York that I train with wrap it way different than guys in California. Guys in California or the United States wrap it way different from the guys in England or those guys in Russia. Everybody wraps their hands a little bit different. None of them are wrong, they're just different. That's weird how this breaks out. So I'll try to do multiple videos on how different people wrap their hands, or I'll go interview somebody and put them in like that. But if you have a story, if you have a question, if you have a comment, please put it in the comments below and we'll get after it. Again, like I say this, maybe we'll make a video out of your story. For right now, if you didn't know, now you know. So which video do you want to watch? You want to watch that video? You want to watch that video? You know, that one's really good. But on the other hand, that one helps the video you just saw.